Mulberry Lane Farm is a wonderful place for people of all ages to learn about farm life and even get up close and personal with some of its cutest members. Bonnie Keys, owner of Mulberry Lane Farm, shares some of the history of this unique farm destination.
So Mulberry Lane Farm was purchased back in 2005. We opened our barn doors to the general public October 1st of 2005. And then we just celebrated our 20th anniversary last October. Well, I wish we could take credit for the idea. However, my husband was born and raised in Waterford, Wisconsin, about 30 miles south of Milwaukee. And he was raised on a hog farm with 12 other siblings. There was 13 children in the family. And Mom and Dad Keys had a garden, and Mom overplanted one year. And she thought, what am I going to do with all these extra vegetables? And she had the idea to open it up to local people from Milwaukee, Chicago, to come and pick your own vegetables. And she noticed while the adults were in the garden picking vegetables, the children were down in the barn playing with the Keys children. And they all had their pet pony or their pet goat, and Mom decided to open it up to the public and charge maybe a nickel for that pony ride, what have you. So it just kind of snowballed, and a gentleman from Chicago came to visit the farm, and he had his son with him, and it was such a wonderful experience. At the end of picking the vegetables, he asked Mom Keys if they could go down to the barn and see it, and she took them down there. And when he went back home, he wrote a letter to the editor, and a nun picked up the story. She was reading it, and she called Mom and Dad Keys, and she asked, could I bring my class to your farm? And that's how the school field trip business just kind of snowballed. And interestingly, all 13 children upon graduation from high school decided there has to be more to life than this. So they decided to all go on to college. And the third oldest Keys sibling ended up with a position with an oil company down in Houston, Texas, looking out of his 32nd floor office window one day, and he sees all these school buses going by. And he's thinking, where on earth are they going on a school field trip in a city of cement? He had this harebrained idea, calls Mom and Dad Keys, and he goes, what do you think about starting a petting farm here? So that was the first satellite petting farm, and little by little the Keys boys came back into the fold, and the Keys boys have owned farms from New York to California, from Kissimmee to Waterford, and of course Mulberry Lane Farm now in Hilbert. We're in that time where young families want to get back to nature. They want their children to learn where their food is coming from. And so we have a lot of young families that come out, and the children are being able to milk that cow and learn that it's not coming from a grocery shelf, and the eggs from the chickens, and to be able to feel the wool of a sheep. They see it in their picture books and that, or on TV, but to be able to touch that. The same with the kittens, the bunnies, to hold a baby chick in their hand, the baby duckling, to see the difference between a chick and a duck, and just have those hands-on experiences. The families love it. But not only the families, we get gazillion grandparents that bring their grandchildren out because they were either raised on a farm themselves or visited their grandparents' farms. And now with all the rules, regulations, you can't just go to a dairy farm and milk a cow. So they have the opportunity to bring their grandchildren here to see those baby piglets, and again, see all those goats and sheep and turkeys. So grandparents as well love it. And then it's kind of been interesting. Over the years, we're seeing a lot of young couples come out on dates. If you're 16, 17, 18 years old, where do you go on a date? So they're coming here in spring. The girls, their dates are just loving all the baby farm animals. And a lot make it an annual event now to come in fall to pick their own free pumpkin that's included in their admission. Well, I handle more of the people end of the farm, where my husband handles more of the animals and the fields. We're on 125 acres, And with over 300 animals on the farm, there's a lot of work for him to do there. But like I mentioned, I do more of the people end, the hiring, the firing. We also do weddings. I meet with the couples. I show them the wedding venue, and of course on wedding day, coordinating all that. And just seeing the excitement on the children's faces. I know the first time I had to give a tour, and a child came running up to me at the end before they got on their bus and hugged me and said it was the best day they've ever had. You know, it just wells up your heart just to see how much they're enjoying themselves. I'd say one of the greater challenges is hiring. There was a time that we did pony rides, and we would hire local high school students to lead the ponies. We didn't have a mechanical ring. It was hand-led. It's harder. It became harder and harder to get students to want to do that. So after COVID, with change in everything, we didn't bring the ponies back. And they may be missed, but again, it was difficult finding people to want to walk ponies. But the high school students that we hire now, they help in the pens. We call them pen pals. So they're helping our guests catch a chicken and show them how to properly hold a chicken. During the week, it's our school field trips. We hire a lot of retired school teachers, stay-at-home moms, retired farm wives. They come, and then they're assigned a tour, a school group of around 50 students, and they go from pen to pen, talking a little bit about each animal, again, showing them how to properly pick them up, hold them, put them down, and then the children get to have that hands-on experience. So there's really a range of people that we have to hire here at the farm. Well, I'd say our number one compliment is how clean everything is at the farm. But we take a lot of care in making sure it's clean because we're working with the general public. So we make it look easy and fun and exciting. And it's surprising how many people you hear about walking away. It's like, oh, we should start a petting farm. If they only knew what's really going on behind the scenes. It really has to be a labor of love or it's not going to fly. We have about 13 acres of pumpkins for our fall season for our farm guests that visit the farm, but the rest of the acreage is corn or alfalfa and grains and that to feed the animals. And then we work with the local elevator. We take our corn there and they might mix it with other grains for our goats or sheep, pigs. We'd love for them to join us on Facebook. We have over 30,000 visitors or followers. We just hit that milestone recently. And so we keep things up to date, what's going on. We have a barnyard farm fest coming up for the family. It's going to be an evening event where we're going to have live music and food trucks come in. So following us on Facebook helps, but they can also visit our website, Mulberry Lane Farm, WI.com. And of course, give us a jingle. We're always here to answer any questions you have.